Why not ask for liberation by Krishna's mercy? Hari Suresho Narloka Pujito Hitaya Lokasya Chara Charasya Kritva Virupam Chapuratma Mayaya Hiranyakam Duhkakaram Nakhaish Chinat. Quote, Shri Hari, who is the Lord of the demigods, who is worshipped by the people of the world, for benefiting the moving and non-moving beings of the world, took that dreadful form through his own energy, and tore apart Hiranyakashipu, who caused suffering to so many with his nails. Narasimha Purana, 44-43.
I think we have a contradiction of sorts as it relates to Prahlad Maharaj and perhaps Vaishnavas in general. I first heard of this line of opinion from His Divine Grace A.C., Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. It says that no one in this world is actually happy. Those who think they are happy are only kidding themselves. The answers they offer to pollsters, to researchers, to those conducting opinion surveys, tend to land on the positive side. The people are more or less happy. Perhaps in a given area, there is an issue with their leaders, but the population doesn't consider life to be this miserable and horrible experience. Except that it is, according to the authority of the Vaishnava. They have a pretty good justification, I think. They say that what we consider to be happiness is more like relief. Consider the person who gains release from prison. Maybe they were falsely accused, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. One of those cases of mistaken identity. It happens more often than you would think. They gain release after the clerical error gets corrected. They find the right person. The judge finally hears their case. The expert lawyer is able to work their magic. The person being released feels incredibly happy. They suddenly appreciate the sun. They enjoy food. They no longer take freedom for granted. They want to associate with friends and family as much as possible. The whole life experience is like that, except we are fooled by the illusory energy known as Maya. We can safely say that no person experiences happiness in the true sense. They may have sukha in the manner that the seasons change, going from unpleasant weather to bright sunny skies, but they are really after Ananda. That Ananda is only available in spiritual life. That Ananda is part of the very makeup of the individual. Ananda is part of who they are, but it has become foreign to them. I was surprised to later find the same line of instruction from Prahlad Maharaj. In Vishnu Purana, I believe he makes a comparison to an elderly person being happy that their limbs work. They should be sad that they are in such a condition, but just see how they fool themselves into finding happiness from something everyone else takes for granted. The plea is to look for something better, find a way out of the misery, snap out of the madness and find the light of transcendence, escape from birth and death, reach the imperishable land, Akshara, that is Vaikuntha. That is well and good. I am not arguing the merits. The issue is that Prahlad himself never asks for such elevation. He has the rare opportunity to meet directly with the proprietor of the Akshara place. Vishnu appears on the scene for Prahlad. Vishnu is a well-wisher to everyone, including moving and non-moving beings. Vishnu is worshipped by the demigods, but he still arrives to deal specifically with Hiranyakashipu, who is the Daitya leader torturing Prahlad. In the aftermath, Prahlad can ask for any boon. His first priority appears to be the welfare of his father. Prahlad does not ask for immediate removal from the material world. I want to know why. If this place has only false happiness, why not try to escape? Why not practice what you preach?
One aspect to consider is time. Known as Kala in Sanskrit, it is one of the 5 principal topics covered in Bhagavad-gita. Time is like the servant of the Supreme Lord. Time works at his direction. He is synonymous with time. everyone meets with God, everywhere and always, since they are always influenced by time. Aham Atma Gudakesh, Sarvabhutashay Sthita, Aham Adishcha Madhyam Cha, Bhutanam Ant Eva Cha. Quote, I am the Self, O Gudakesha, seated in the hearts of all creatures. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 10:20. Prahlad did not have to ask for liberation, since time would factor everything in. In other words, there would be relief from the material situation at the appropriate time. This is the same way that Hiranyakashipu was dealt with, if only isolating our study to a specific scene, like taking a screenshot of the circumstance, we would see that Hiranyakashipu was in the superior position. He was winning. He was the quintessential bad guy. How can good things happen to bad people? The reality is that time was simply waiting for Hiranyakashipu. It was a special case, as the controller of time showed himself in the amazing vision of a half-man, half-lion. It was nursing. It was the results to heinous crimes committed against an innocent 5-year-old child. It was time making the greatest impact, leveraging all of the particulars of the situation. As far as the depiction of happiness and the reality that it is only relief, Prahlad was teaching other students in school. He was not the officially recognized teacher. He was kind of like the rebellious kid telling everyone else that the teachers aren't focused on the right topics. There is a more important subject to cover. Rather than chase after the temporary, go for the permanent. For someone already realized in the self, a tattvadarshi, they can stay anywhere and be in the same liberated state. Whether they are in heaven, hell, or the earthly realm, their connection in yoga to Vishnu keeps them above. The formal kind of liberation is already achieved. It is simply a matter of time. Narayan para sarve, na kutaschan bibhyati, swargapa varga narkeshva, api tulyarth darshina. Quote, devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same, for such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 6:17-28. In closing, in that important time, with question to find, that anything the child could ask, nursing to accomplish the task. But Prahlad focused on liberation, for father of vengeful determination, because in devotion, transcendence presiding, above whether here or in heaving residing.